experiment. You know what game I'm playing upstairs? Yeah, that's Gheos. I'm also playing another game concurrently. I'm playing 2 games at the same time. No, I told you. I'm playing Conquest of Earth, the space alien game. And it's funny, I was playing that because I had an appointment last Thursday to play Battlestar Galactica, as you know. I was really hoping that I would have been able to end up being a Cylon, so I could kind of stay in the character of the game, being an alien conquering Earth. However, the reverse was true. I was the humans, and maybe that's kind of a good contrast to be the human in the game that I played with actual real people when I'm an alien in the game that I'm playing with real people cards, which are simulations of real people. It was nice for me to kind of get that other view. I kind of feel like in the game Conquest of Planet Earth, the space alien game, that although the appeal to me was to be able to conquer Earth and destroy humanity, I kind of wish one of the players could be the human. So I guess I'll go play. Alright, upstairs.
Alright, so I forgot to note there's this alien's arms dealer. Because he can go away, a lot of people chose high action point tokens for this turn. Even Bix Beetleman rolled a 6. Again, he's been very lucky, almost supernaturally lucky in these rolls. However, next time I should videotape me rolling for Bix Beetleman so that you believe me when I say the rolls have been legitimate. Alright, so Roadrunner's gonna... This gentleman is gonna start Lefty. Okay, for someone who doesn't like to work, Lefty just had a rather aggressive turn. First thing he did was he played these freedom fighters on this college town, which the only thing it did was it got rid of one of Smiley's yellow saucers. Then he did an atomic bomb on the electric power plant, got rid of 2 of Bix Beetleman's terror points, and destroyed 3 of his gentle fighters. So that was really hard on Bix. I don't think he's going to be... I don't think he's feeling too happy right now about that. He had the National Monument turn up. Nice cherry place is worth 2. However, Captain Fantastic was the enemy. He was able to use his Death Ray on Captain Fantastic, rolled to destroy him, and even though he had the Duke, and Captain Fantastic would have been at 9, would have been able to, or it would have been at 10, yeah, would have been at 10, and would have been able to pick the highest roll in order to try and beat Lefty. The Blue Baby, the Death Ray just obliterated him. And so the National Monument goes to Lefty, and Lefty's making a comeback. He's still kind of held in by this military base. Combatively, he's not that great of a player. He has his Death Ray, and his people keep coming back. But he's not particularly strong, and the Death Ray only works if they're hard. If someone soft comes up against him, he can't use a Death Ray. Lefty just drew an epoch tile, allowing white to score in the pyramids. It's the only civilization that has any pyramids within its lands. So the score has been updated. Bix would have scored quite a bit more had he not just been nuked. The demolishment of the power plant cost him 3 to his multiplier. So if Lefty hadn't just nuked him before that epoch tile, let's see, let's figure it out. So he would have had 6 times 5. He would have gotten 30 points. So that's a bummer for Bix. Okay, Roadrunner just had a rather quick turn. All she did was traded in 3 of her action points for a secondary brain unit, which was her draw from the space stuff deck. She also got into a tussle with these U.S. Army tanks in this small town here in Middle America. the army tanks were going to decisively defeat her until they used their seductive glance and turn things around, and the army tanks are defeated, giving this small town to Roadrunner. Okay, Smiley's having kind of a big turn. She got this fella here. This is Millionaire in real life, but in this game it's going to represent the Fruge, I like Fruge, the Fruge Beastkeepers. There is no, I don't have a guy for the Fruge Beastkeepers, so I'm going to use him instead. He looks like, kind of like the Fruge Beastkeepers. I might have something else downstairs that's smaller and looks more like that, but he's on hand and I'm limited in time, so I'm going to use him for the Fruge Beastkeepers. She tried a big play. She was going to sneaky teleport all of her people to the capital city and take a big chunk there, because she probably could have won the fight with all of these guys. Maybe not though. Her Orzaks aren't too strong. But Lefty didn't give her the chance. He said, I don't think so, so the sneaky teleport didn't work. So now she's at this electric power plant. She's gonna have to take on a mathematician and some tanks. 6 against 6 it looks like. And no special things, so we'll just go ahead and roll it now. Whoever gets the higher roll wins this one. Oh, she can use her particle wave beam. And I think she'll do that now. So that'll give her another die. And we'll use this red die. We'll borrow a red die from Roadrunner. Alright, so she has 7 against 1. Or no, she has, oh, that was her extra die. So her particle wave beam is gone. Yeah. If the roll is a 1, the beam reverses polarity and explodes. All of your aliens in the space are instantly destroyed and the location is demolished. That's rough. He can come back though, so don't worry. But this is demolished. That's too bad. That was a nice little chunk there. Because she's feeling so lucky, Smiley just started a new civilization right there. Got her 2 cubes, which look pretty. However, that civilization doesn't have any scoring potential. She's hoping, since that all the other colors are used up save blue, that someone else will buy into the green madness and maybe help its chances of survival. It's dangerous, however, because it's right near this white behemoth right there that has currently if they got into a war, that it would have 2 swords to green's 0. Not a lot of reason for someone to spend a follower to attack it, but it's possible. Alright, so far Bix Beetleman has had a turn of kind of regrowth and revenge, 2 Rees. First thing he did was he played Overseer Disapproval on Lefty. I think it's very fitting that Bix would have that card, because I think his devotion to the Overseer would cause them to really disapprove, especially in his heart. I think if the Overseer is a projection of the emotions of the people who believe in them, the Overseer disapproval would definitely be within Bix's power. So what that does is it makes it so that Lefty has 1 less to his terror multiplier, which multiplies his Gheos points. And along with that, he made it so these little infantrymen sprung up on Lefty's board, making it even more difficult for him. And he played this nice little card, Second Wave, which allowed his aliens to come back. One of them went exploring with his remaining action point, found this town, which is unfortunately protected by some teenagers and the U.S. Army jet fighters. Now, since it is in a town, they're at +4 strength. So that gives them a total of 11. Oh, they shouldn't have gone together. Never mind, it's not the teenagers. I thought they were a hero. I'm sorry. They are not a hero, so I'll shuffle them back in. But he still has to get... He can use his disintegration beam, I guess. So they're... Well, that won't even help. Well, yeah, it would. Okay, so he's at a strength of 4. It's actually 5 because they have sharp claws against 7. Not the best odds, but better than impossible odds. And again, he can always win on a 6. Alright, 5 plus 3 is 8, 7 plus 2 is 9. Unfortunately, it wasn't quite good enough. Bix's town is empty. However, he knows it's there, so he can send a stronger force next turn, and that counts for something. Alright, our action tokens have been revealed. Both Lefty and Smiley played low tokens for a change. Smiley has before, Lefty hasn't. This is the first time he's played anything lower than a 5, I believe. Yeah, because he played a 6 and a 5 and then got him back. So, as I promised, I will roll for Bix Beetleman, and I'm also going to roll for Roadrunner with you as my witness, because they both put D6s down. We got the green and the red. Green is for Bix Beetleman, red is for Roadrunner. Put down, and see, he rolled a 5. He rolls well. There is something holy on the man's side. Forgot to note this arms race card came up. So what that's going to do is anytime anyone draws a space stuff card, every other person will also draw a space stuff card. And I note that because Smiley is about to draw a space stuff card. As the Orzak, she gets to draw 2 and pick the one she likes the best. So there's that. And this one gives her +1 terror points. This one gives her an action point. Oh. Yeah, that's a tough call. Harvester drones or robot butler? What would she rather have? I mean, my instinct is to say butler. There's nothing really saying anything to the contrary on her card. Doesn't seem like she'd... I think the drones might kind of creep her out. Butler seems nicer. We'll go with the butler. And let's see, does the other one get discarded? Yeah, discard the other. So she's going to discard the harvester drones. Butler seems like it has more applications. Just having another point is kind of boring to me. Having another action seems more fun. I don't know if she agrees with me or not, but that's my thought. Alright, Smiley discovered a mountain range, placed a little cup on her green area, and decided to cash in one of her chips. First person this game to do so. That netted her 35 points with her multiplier. I think she thought since her multiplier was high and her green civilization was fragile, why not cash in quick? So that's what she did, and she's way far in the lead. Though it could turn around. It could turn around. I think she's feeling kind of fragile here. With the space stuff card, Bix Beetleman got a giant robot, which is pretty fun for him, and it's his turn. Alright, and with this giant robot, Bix Beetleman had an easy time of taking the town. He beat a war veteran that was accompanying an angry mob, and then some local police. So 2 2s, not too tough. And now he sent his other warlord Kebach and one of his generic Beetlemen to this blank space to see what it is. And it's a small town, so we'll see how he does against that. What kind of resistance do they have? They have an investigative reporter. She's always trouble. Along with some army helicopters. And it gets a +1 strength for each alien. So there's 2 aliens, so it's at 5, 6. And it's not a radio location, so... Oh, but she's helping a hard resistance, so that's going to add 2 more. So they're at 8. And Beetleman's forces are currently at 8, but 9 because they're Beetlemen. And so that's good for them. Does he have any cards to help him? He can use this one, Disintegration Beams, and that's going to bring him up to 11. I want to see if Lefty has anything that will help. Lefty's going to hold this in reserve. 11 to 9. Okay, 9, that's 15, that's 11 plus 3 is 14. Bix Beetleman is going to lose unless he has anything. Aha, he has this contagion. He can use this right now. He can roll a d6 for each person. Unless Lefty has it, I don't think so. He might not want to mess with it. Well, his turn's coming. Yeah, he doesn't have it, I don't think so. and no one else really wants to mess with it right now. So it's got to roll a d6 for each of them. And got rid of the investigative reporter. That probably gives them enough to win it, actually. Didn't get rid of the helicopters. So the helicopters are at 5. 5 plus 6 is 11. Bix had something higher than that. So Bix Beetleman took it. Noticing the scoring, Lefty stole the robotic butler from Smiley and then demolished her small town, which was really sad for the inhabitants. Then he used his new turbocharged saucers that he got in the arms race in order to jump over to these grassy fields, find nothing there, went over to Gheos, placed some swords on the blue continent. Roadrunner's turn was pretty uneventful. She used her 3 action points to put all 3 of her aliens right here and discovered a forest. If it had been something else, it would have been really helpful for her to have all 3 of those aliens. However, it was just a forest. Then she built onto the yellow civilization and took a yellow cube. She had a choice whether to take yellow or green because they were the only 2 left, or she could have started a new civilization. She went with yellow, primarily because it's not so close to white. Yellow, if it gets into a war, it's really only going to have to war with blue at this point. Whereas green could, if someone replaced this tile here, could have to war with white or blue. So it seemed like the safer bet. And that's going to have to be it for today. I wanted to get more done, but there's just too much going on today. There's people coming and my son's going to wake up at any moment. And I'd rather do it at the, as I said in the past, I'd rather do it at the end of the turn rather than the beginning. But I really feel like things are starting to heat up. The multipliers are getting bigger, the potential for scoring gets bigger as Gheos gets bigger. It seems like as cubes start to run out, some wars could start to happen. The theme of this whole session video is probably just building. It seems like things are building and building, and not a lot really happened today except for building. Everyone's got these cards and these abilities coming up. People are moving towards the center of the board. Pretty soon it seems like the aliens are going to start conflicting with each other, maybe more directly than just through the play of event cards. So we'll see what happens next time in the Real People Multi-Game Solitaire Mega Tournament.